Hey Nette, Bobblehead Gary here. You asked me about ribbons, so if you've got your Adobe Photoshop up, if you want to follow along with me, I could show you one of my ways of going about making objects such as ribbons. I mean, there are many different methods. There's no wrong way. Photoshop gives you many different approaches to reaching the same conclusion. This just happens to be one of mine. Let's open up a couple of windows here. Let's see, we want to set it to transparent if we're making ribbons. If you're making backgrounds or whatnot, it doesn't matter if you open it in white or carry over the background color. But when you're making an object that you want to wash out, make clear, transparency out of, you don't want it to carry over the background color or carry over splotches of white opaque uh, background images onto your other image. So let's make it transparent. Select OK. And now you have a transparent image. Let's just quickly make us up a fake background. Okay, on the left side here for my tool palette, I've selected a couple of colors here, a couple of shades of blue. And let's build us a background. Let's see, how do I want to do this? So let's see, I'm going to select the gradient tool from the toolbar. I've got two different shades of blue. Let's see. I've got it on radial gradient. What if I put on linear gradient? Okay, let's work with that. And now we're going to have to put maybe something in there, maybe an object. So let's go to my paintbrush. And I've already selected some leaves that are built into Photoshop. And I'm too close to my microphone. I can hear myself. Maybe put some other object in there. Let's see. Now I'm officially wasting time. How about some grass? Yeah. Well, I've got the opacity for my paintbrush set to 21%. That's why it's doing that. Because if I set my paintbrush to 100%, then you have something totally different. It's a little too busy, so let me take all that off. Let me go up to History menu and get rid of that. There we go. I'll put my grass back. Okay, we got us a fake background. I think I created a brush here. I think you'd like this brush I created. Bam. Yeah, too dark. Let's reduce the opacity of my paintbrush. Wow. Alright. Anyway. Oh, wait a minute. Need the finishing touch here. Here's another paintbrush. Haha. Okay, that was scary. Let's get rid of it. Now, we got us a fake background. Alright. Now what we want to do is go over to our other window where the transparency is, and let's create a ribbon. Many ways to go about it. I mean, I could just take the paintbrush and draw. Ooh, that would be an ugly ribbon. Never mind. Let's take the let's forget it. Let's take the elliptical tool like I normally do. And I don't know if you could see the marquee from the elliptical tool on YouTube because YouTube's kind of grainy. But so just for demonstration, I'm going to go up to my tool palette, and right where the gradient tool is, I'm going to right click and select paint bucket, and I'm going to drop a color into it. There we go. Now you see the shape I'm working with. Now I could use a solid color, or I could put a gradient in here now. It doesn't matter, or you could put the gradient in later. You just really want to concentrate on getting the shape right now. So what I want to do is I want to go back up to my elliptical marquee tool from the tool palette, and I'm just going to drop another elliptical pattern over it. And I don't know if you could see it on your screen, but I left it so that it would kind of narrow on the two ends and be kind of wide or fat in the center. So let me release the mouse and drop the marquee in there. And I'm going to go to my erase tool from the palette. And I got a erase tool that's got about a 99 size brush. Here, let me, instead of spray paint brush. Let me use a solid brush, and that's a small. Okay, now I want to make my brush 100%. In other words, my eraser. I want to make my eraser 100%. And now we're going to get rid of the excess, the elliptical on top of the elliptical. And all that's left below is a ribbon. So let's get rid of the selection from the marquee, deselect, and now you have a ribbon. Alright, so now that we have a solid ribbon here to work with, you may want to leave it like that, or you may want to make it a transparency. Well, let's say we're going to leave it like that. So let me slide it into the other window. There we go. I dropped it into our make-believe background. And as you can see, it's an opaque ribbon. Not much to look at actually. But I just did that for an example. Now what should we do? I mean, you could go to this transparency window and work with it, but I think working with it in the actual background is helpful so that you could see where to target or aim your corners or what kind of shape to bend it into. Let's just pretend we're going to use this solid ribbon, okay, the solid color, and let's bend it into different shapes. Let's go to Edit, Transform, and there from a drop menu you have many choices on which to edit your ribbon. So you could change the size of it with scale. You can of course rotate it, skew it, and distort it. You could try these preset rotates, which are convenient. It goes straight to 90 degrees clockwise and counterclockwise and 180. But I like to manually rotate it here so I can bring it into finer detail. Of course, you can flip it real quick horizontally or make it upside down there vertically. So let's, here's my favorite. I like to hit distort. Okay. Alright, now we're going to distort it by grabbing a corner. I like to use distort over using skew because skew is a little two-dimensional and distort allows you more flexibility. Sure, with skew you can do things such as this, but this is also distort. Seems like I could just pull more corners in different directions with distort and all four sides. So pretty much I could just change the shape to wherever I feel comfortable. And I kind of like what I did earlier where I twisted it. Something like that. And then whatever you click on from your tool palette, before you proceed to the next step, once you click, it's going to ask you, do you want to apply the transformation? You can hit apply or don't apply or cancel. I'm going to hit apply. And now we have our ribbon shape.